Grandpa and I were on our way to Stålberget to burn Siegfried Israelsson to death in his house, and were following the animal trail countless generations of alcoholics had beaten through the brush. On our way, we passed through a jumble of stones, dotted with gnarled pines. A goshawk was riding the bare-breasted sky. At a bend in the path, we stumbled on an angry 40-something in a red-checkered shirt and carpenter's pants. Flushed and enraged, he was uncombed and unshaved. He'd been laying in wait. When he saw us, he whipped his pants off. He grabbed Grandpa, who was shedding his skin just then. Not a pretty sight, let me tell you, and bent him double. "Let's see you, lice-ridden ass, you're all foggy." I drew my lap knife and got ready for some hand-to-hand combat, but Grandpa shrieked like a stone-walled stockbroker. "Stay back, boy! This doesn't concern you!" I obeyed and backed off a few meters. Still, I couldn't look away. The guy had a huge, unabashedly magnificent cock. He went down on his knees and pushed in until he was up to his balls in my grandpa's ass. "You give me any ape shit, and I'll fist fuck you with my rough lumberjack glove." Grandpa had to grab a pine root with both his hands to help him to take the raw fuck coming his way. He opened and shut his eyes, lewdly rotated his hips, but the big laborer wasn't into that kind of nonsense. He grabbed Grandpa's hips hard, forced him to hold still, and impaled him again and again with his furious explosive cock. It was a good plan. Draw back and shoot forward, retreat and attack. Like Mundelfury twirling his fire whisk in chaos, Grandpa's horn juices squished. He blattered and yodeled. You could hear him for miles. "Mow! Moo! Moo! Ma! Ow! 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 Ah! Jesus! 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 Ah! Yes! More! Oh yeah! Take me as I am! Straight up! Hole in one! Ah, Hilding! Ooh, Hilding! Hilding! Oh God! You're so hard! You're so big! You're so foreign! I can feel it all the way to my heart! God! Fucking Satan! Damn to hell!" Grandpa began to cry. It was too good. "I love you, nasty cock. Why, it's so raw. Boo-hoo, fuck the shit out of me." The guy was rough and violent, just like Grandpa liked them. He rode the express train for about an hour, pushing and shoving, grinding his teeth and changing his grip and position. He beat Grandpa bloody with his clenched fists and called them everything that you call your bosom friends. For his part, Grandpa called in heaven and hell. He shrieked himself hoarse in the process. By the time it was over, lust had done him in. The guy came silently and resolutely, pulled up his pants, kicked Grandpa in the tailbone and shin, and marched off. I made my way up to Grandpa, dressed him, and gave him something to drink. "Did you know him?" "I don't know his name. Never asked. Met him 3-4 times. Always angry as hell, but he fucks like a god." Grandpa was too beaten, bruised and stiff to continue on. Home burning would have to wait for another day. I stole a David Brown tractor and we drove home. That evening in bed, before we abandoned ourselves to our nightmares, Grandpa said, "Love's a curse, a toil and a trouble, a fence and a farce. Is there any love other than the cock kind? Oh sure, but the animal magnetism between cock and ass, or cock and mouth, or you, God forbid, cock and cunt usually gets in the way. Trust me, boy, evil always triumphs, even though sometimes you wish you could be like in the amorous adventures of Prince Monivibescu and other classic fairy tales. A love pure and true, short and sweet, soft and warm, ethereal, seraphic, conic." You don't know what you're saying. You're all tuckered out. Go to sleep before we quarrel. Nighty-night, Snoopy-Doo. Nighty-night, Grandpa.